Hey everyone, it's your girl Natalie here, back with another one of my own YouTube videos, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to sell on Depop. Disclaimer, my camera's acting up, so it's going to be blurry sometimes. Enjoy! Just recently I got a Depop, but before that I was really selling on Poshmark any clothes that I didn't want or need anymore. And that went good for a while, but it's not as active and it's not as effective as I've wanted my experience selling clothes online to be. So my boyfriend and a couple of other people told me that I should try Depop to sell my clothes, especially during COVID right now when I'm not actually making an income because I don't have a job at the moment. And I don't really need the money as other people do, but I do still need to save and make money if I can. So during COVID, I actually cleaned out my closet and put everything that I don't need or want anymore to the side, and I decided to start this Depop just recently. And so if you guys are interested in checking it out, it's at natmenjivar19 on Depop. And yeah, my shop is a little bit all over the place because that's just what my closet really looked like. It's not like it's a specific category. Like a lot of Depop shops are very vintage or 90s focused or 80s focused or whatever. Mine is kind of all over the place just because that's how my closet used to be. I had like kids' clothes, but I also have like, maybe some older women clothes that I didn't even end up using, or it was just hand-me-downs from my cousins or from my mom. And so yeah, it's clothes that I don't need, and I am interested in selling them online and getting rid of them. It's another way to reuse and recycle, and it's definitely very sustainable and environmentally friendly to sell your clothes online or buy clothes online as well from other people who do not need it anymore. And so let's just get straight into this video, and I'm going to pretty much start by explaining what it is I do when I want to sell on Depop. So pretty much I start with the clothes that I want to sell, and I pick them out, and I decide on a nice day to take pictures. I just do it outside, and pretty much I like to take an image, like a flat lay of the actual product or of the actual shirt and pant, and pretty much that's what I do, and that's what I'm doing in this video that I took earlier this week. Because this is a process that takes a while, it doesn't just happen in one day. I can get it done in one day if I really wanted to, but it's a lot if I'm shooting a lot of clothes to post on Depop. So sometimes I'll shoot on one day pictures, another day I'll edit pictures, and then finally I'll post pictures on a separate day. So it could take a couple of days, or I can do it all in one day. But pretty much, as I was saying, I just take flat lays of the actual products that I'm willing to sell and kind of different angles of it, whether it's from the front of a t-shirt or the back of a t-shirt, or as you guys see in this video, it's a tank top that I'm taking a picture of. I just like to get as many pictures as I possibly can in case I don't have good enough pictures. There's always backups. And so as you guys will see, I am going to be taking more flat lays of the rest of the clothes that I have to take pictures of that I'm going to post on Depop. In terms of the actual full body pictures or the clothes on my actual body, I do it with my iPhone, and I do it with the selfie camera because I like to see how I pose. Your pictures on Depop don't necessarily have to be perfect or Instagram perfect, but as long as you can show what it is that you're selling, and if there's any particular details that make that product stand out, definitely get pictures of that and try to show off as much as you can about the clothes. putting it on your body is more likely to get more traction and more views from potential customers rather than flat lays. But then again, it all depends if you get the good shots, because I don't have anyone taking these pictures with me or helping me out, and I'm doing it by myself. So pretty much whatever I get done by myself, and if anything comes out more than perfect or, more than good, I will definitely use that. And it could be either the flat lays or the actual body shots or both. And so here I'm just taking some pictures of the clothes on my body. I like to get, again, a front image of the product and a back image of the product. Now, if some clothes don't fit on you, whether they're just too big or too small, definitely just put flat lays then on your Depop, and describe in your description when you're posting up the image that the item was either too big or too small on you. And it's totally understandable, because you don't want to take a picture of you wearing something that doesn't fit you right, and someone's just gonna look at it and be like, oh yeah, I don't want that. So yeah, try your best to get great body shots, but again, either image would work. And then once I have all of my pictures, I like to go through my camera roll and see what pictures I have. I don't really edit any of the pictures before posting it, unless it's really bad and they have something that's sticking out too much. So yeah, in terms of Instagram, I edit as much as possible my pictures, but on Depop and Poshmark, I don't really worry about that. As well as I tend to use the same pictures that I use on Depop on Poshmark. And when I post the products on Depop, I also like to post them on Poshmark, because you never know who will actually buy the products faster and what people are actually looking for. The Poshmark customer is definitely a different type of customer than the Depop customer. Once I'm done editing the pictures, it's time to measure them. I like to measure some of my products just to give my customers specific descriptions or images of certain lengths, whether how long a shirt is or how long a pant is, as well as waist, bust, which are areas that not everyone is the same in and everyone's different in, and you want to make sure the person fits into it and knows the size before getting the actual product, because returning through these apps and online websites can be a little difficult and annoying, since it's not like you're dealing with an actual store or brand. So yeah, but definitely I like to give my customers an image of what measurements each item has, if possible. I don't do it for every single item, it's just for the items that I feel like they would probably ask me. But again, also in your description, tell your customer that you're open to having them ask you questions about the products and DMing you on Depop. I just love it when my camera decides to turn off while I'm filming. But anyway, what I was saying is that when you are posting up your listing, you would go onto the Depop app and select the camera icon on the bottom of the Depop app, and that is where you will have the option to edit and post your listing. So the first thing you have to focus on is posting which pictures you want to use on Depop from the pictures that you took. Then after you select your pictures, it's the description that you have to fill in, and try to be as detailed as possible when giving the description. Provide measurements, provide details. I use my fashion lingo for this section, whether it's mid-rise, like if I'm describing pants, or if there's a certain detail on the clothes that is something that stands out, I definitely like to list it on the description and describe it myself, as well as whether the item has been used multiple times or is brand new with tags. Those are things to consider when writing in the description, as well as making it just fun and entertaining. Because Depop is like Instagram, you want to make it eye-capturing from the image, but as well as from the caption and the description that you provide. Once you have finished the actual description, you have the option of adding 5 hashtags onto your description, and usually I like to add 1 hashtag for the brand that the product is from, so hashtag Forever 21. Make sure you only add the brand that actually your product is from, because you can get in trouble for hashtagging other brands that are non-related to your product. As well as you can just add basic hashtags like denim, jeans, and other options. Try to get creative with it as well, just like if it were Instagram or any other social platform. Think of it as, what will people search up, or what hashtag would they search up if they're looking for a pair of jeans or a striped top. They're going to be very specific in order to find what they're looking for. After that, you just have to fill out other information in terms of the product. So what category it is it women's wear, is it a top? And then there's a subcategory section, whether it's, a tank top or is it a blouse. And it also asks you for the quantity of how many products you have or are going to be selling. Other than that, they ask you also for the size of the item and the brand of the item. If you don't have a brand, it's okay because it's optional. You don't have to include the actual brand. And a lot of times with older products or with vintage products, you won't have a brand, or it's going to be such a random brand from who knows where. So you don't have to worry about not having a brand. It just makes your item a little harder to find sometimes, but that's okay. Once you're done with that, it's just going to ask you for the price and shipping. In terms of shipping, I tend to use just the Depop shipping just because it's the easiest to use, and I'm brand new to Depop. Pretty much it will ask you for your address, and it will ask you for the size of the item that you would be sending out. I personally do make the buyer pay for shipping, just because if you decide to pay for shipping, it's going to cost you money. A lot of other people use PayPal shipping, which I have no idea how to use, and I definitely want to learn. So if anyone knows, please comment down below and teach me, or let me know some pointers. But apparently PayPal shipping is you just deciding the shipping cost by yourself and kind of weighing the item yourself and deciding and doing it outside of Depop. When someone purchases something from you, the math gets really confusing if you do Depop shipping. I had a tank top that was $5, and so Depop takes out a fee just for you using their platform to sell your product, which is 50 cents. And then shipping was also something that they just add really strangely when it comes to purchases. But again, Depop shipping through the actual Depop app is easier than doing your PayPal, because again, I have no idea. But if I learn how to do it, I will definitely make a video for you guys in terms of shipping through Depop. And so once you have the product ready and everything has been filled in, you can finally post your listing. This is how my feed looks on Depop, my store. Again, if you want to check it out, it's at natmanjavar19. But anyway, that's another thing. When you are creating your Depop, try to create the name of your store. If you're very serious about Depop and selling through them, create your name, and make sure you pick a name that makes sense from the beginning, because I can't change my username, or the username that people could search me up through. I can't change it. I wanted to change it to something, much nicer, like Natalie's Closet or something, but for some reason it doesn't let you change it once you're done creating your profile. So once it's up and everything's on my feed and everything's on Depop, ready and listed, I kind of just do the same thing on Poshmark and post everything up on there. And I always keep an eye on my phone whether someone does end up purchasing something from either Depop or Poshmark, because that means I have to take it off of the other app depending on which app they buy it through. So you always have to keep an eye if you are using multiple platforms to sell your items through, just so in case two people decide to buy it on two different apps, you don't have to tell one and apologize for being like, oh, I'm sorry, I sold it on somewhere else. So yeah, because of your sales, you do get reviews as a seller, and people can give you like 1 to 5 stars, and that really affects the way other customers view your store on Depop and as well on Poshmark. I haven't had any reviews from the people that bought from me on Depop, which I don't know if it's mandatory or not, and I don't know if they just didn't like what I did or not, but yeah, I haven't gotten any reviews from the 2 items that I've sold on Depop. Finally, once everything is done, I like to just post it on my Instagram story that I'm selling these items on Depop. I actually made an Instagram highlight and made it a whole part of just my Instagram stories and what I post weekly, and it's a great way to just get more traction and coverage of your actual products, and maybe that can bring potential customers to your store. So yeah, again, I hope this was very helpful for you guys. I'm brand new to Depop, so definitely follow me on there as well as on Instagram. So far, I've actually made like 3 sales like last week, so I'm pretty happy with the whole like update I've had through Depop. And yeah, it's just about being consistent and being, passionate about it, as in everything else that you do in life. Once again, guys, don't forget to subscribe onto my YouTube channel, like this video, and click on the bell icon to get notified every time I post a video. And I will hopefully be seeing you guys next time. Bye. Stay safe.